Hello, good evening, everybody. How you doing? Happy Monday to you. We're gonna do a flight here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's go ahead and bring up the screen here. Go back to our cold and dark plane. Now, I have programmed in a flight plan. I'm gonna go ahead and just auto-complete the page.
Brisbane clearance delivery orbit tree 135 IFR to Sydney ready to copy.
Orbit tree 135 is cleared to Sydney Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 19 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.5 squawk 6735.
Orbit tree 135 cleared to Sydney Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 19 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 123.5 squawk 6735.
Orbit tree 135, read that correct. Contact ground on 122.25. Good day.
And the engines are firing, I believe. That one's going. That one's going. We'll come up top and we'll get our beacon lights on. Wing lights are on. Nav and logo. Oh, phone call right back. Yes, ma'am. Okay, sorry about that. That was a real-time flight delay. Okay, so looking down here, I've booked in I've logged our flight plan. So if you look down here, so we're going from YBBN 19 left all the way down to YSSY 16 right. So that's leg 1 all the way to leg 15 is, well, I don't know if that's the last one or not. Anyways, so that's what we are doing. All right. So let's do our ATC.
Brisbane ground orbit tree 135 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Orbit tree 135 taxi to and hold short of runway 19 left.
19 left.
Taxiway Charlie 3 Bravo Bravo 2.
Charlie 3 Bravo Bravo 2
1.
Alpha
Contact
1.
tower on
Charlie Alpha 1.
118.0 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway
Charlie 3
19
Bravo
left
Bravo
using
2
taxiway
Alpha
Charlie 3
Bravo 1 Alpha
2
1.
Alpha Bravo 1 Alpha 1 orbit tree 135.
Okay. Alright, where is our... Alright, so we need... push and steer to the left.
Brisbane ground orbit tree 135 requesting pushback.
Turn my light on.
Orbit tree 135 pushback request accepted.
Brisbane ground orbit tree 135 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Orbit tree 135, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Alright, that should be parking brake released. Alright folks, I'm on the flight deck. We're headed out to runway 19 left. Should be about an hour of flight time. Wheels up to wheels down to Sydney. And yeah, I think we're going to be first, if not second, in line for takeoff. So let's get it and get after it.
Brisbane ground orbit tree 135 requesting the end of pushback.
Orbit tree 135 request to end pushback received.
Alright. Let's rock and roll, people. Looks like we got a storm moving in. Now let's go up here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know about the rudder controls. going to go ahead and come up here and turn our taxi lights on. Oh. We're turning lights on when we should be steering the plane. I don't have a first officer, so difficult. Need to do all this on my own. Taxiing entirely too fast. But I want to get out there and get to the runway and get this flight underway. So, where's my flight director? I think it's right there. Nope. Nope. Oh, I do want auto throttle on. Where's my flight director? ILS. Flight director there. Autopilot there. Okay. Didn't realize this was such a long taxi. I guess it's not that long in the grand scheme of things, right? I think I've got live traffic on too, so I need to be mindful of that. In fact, to that end, I'm gonna pull over here for just a minute. Set the parking brake real quick. And do a little promo, and then I'm gonna start the music too. Sorry, I should have done this before, sorry. Shareable link. that's it, right? All right. So. All right, let's release the parking brake. Get back over here. Like they think we need the entire runway here.
Brisbane Tower Orbit Tree 135 ready for IFR departure runway 19er left.
Orbit Tree 135 altimeter, tree 0.15, wind 119er at 11. Cleared for takeoff runway 19er left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 19er left, Orbit Tree 135.
All right, we're first in line for departure. Let's rock and roll. Let's get out of here, folks. Airspeed is alive. It's 120. 140. 160. Rotate.
Orbit Tree 135, contact Brisbane departure on 12.3.5. Good day.
1235 for orbit 3135.
123.5, Orbit Tree 135. Brisbane departure Orbit Tree 135 is passing 1,700 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Orbit Tree 135, Brisbane departure altimeter, tree 0.15. Continue as planned.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't set my... All right, it's turning on its own. So apparently programming the flight plan is the way to go. I'm going to start doing that from now on so I don't really have to fly the plane all that much. All right, we're almost to 7,000 feet.
Orbit Tree 135, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, Orbit Tree 135.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
I'm not... Oh my god, really?
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Alright, how do I turn this on?
Orbitry 135, please expedite your climb flight level 200.
So, we're almost to 9,000 feet. Ground control to
Orbitry
Major
135,
Tom.
contact Brisbane Center on 121.2.
121.2 for Brisbane Center, orbit 3135.
Going to 121.2 Orbitry 135. Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 is passing 9,300 feet, climbing flight level 200.
Orbitry 135, Brisbane Center altimeter 30.1 continue to Sanic as planned.
013. Right, come up top here and turn off our landing lights. All right, now we can speed up.
Orbitry 135, contact Brisbane Center on 130.4. Good day.
Going to 130.4 Orbitry 135. Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 is passing 11,800 feet, climbing flight level 200.
Orbitry 135, Brisbane Center altimeter 30.14 continue to Hugo as planned.
It's not letting me click on this for some reason. Alright, whatever. Alright, why is this still... Why is this not... Whew. All right, so hope everybody had a good Monday. My Monday was good. Yeah, my Monday was good. It was kind of an interesting day. It ended today. There was a trial going on. In Tallahassee, the trial of Charlie Adelson. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that story or not. Charlie Adelson was on trial for first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and solicitation. Well, I don't know what you want me to do with the altimeter setting. I put it at what they told me, so if you don't like it, you can kick rocks. Let's see. First degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and solicitation of murder. Basically, his sister was going through a nasty divorce with a law professor at Florida State, and actually, I guess it was.
Orbit tree 135, contact Brisbane Center on 120 decimal tree.
120.3 for orbit 3135. Good day.
120 decimal tree, orbit tree 135. Brisbane Center, orbit tree 135 is at flight level 195, climbing flight level 200.
Orbit tree 135, Brisbane Center. Continue to apogee as planned.
They were basically in a custody battle, the sister and her ex-husband, Dan Markell. And she wanted to move to South Florida, and Markell was adamant that, no, I live here.
135 climb and maintain flight level 260.
260 for orbit 3135.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, orbit tree 135.
If that works, then why isn't this working? Well, let's do this. Oh, wait. Well, maybe that is working. Overspeed, it looks like it's 360, so let's go ahead and crank it up to 350 then. Let's do 340, how about that? And then we'll the Adelson family was all kind of out of sorts because Dan Markell wanted his 2 children to live near him. Didn't want to relocate to South Florida. They offered him $1 million to relocate, and he said no. So The grandmother is especially vile to me. I mean, I understand her wanting to be her grandkids to be closer to her, but they have money. It's not like they couldn't get on a plane and fly up to Tallahassee. It's not like you can't get a direct flight from Miami to Tallahassee. So, anywho, they arrested the two guys that drove from Miami to Tallahassee and pulled off the hit in his driveway back in 2014, and then they arrested the girl who was Charlie Adelson's ex-girlfriend, who was kind of the go-between for Charlie Adelson and the two guys that drove to Tallahassee, which were Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. And all three of them are in jail right now. McBanawa is the girlfriend, Catherine McBanawa, serving a life sentence because she didn't take a plea deal, which is a little sus, but whatever. And now Charlie Adelson, it's a mandatory life sentence for the first-degree murder. So there's that, and yeah, he's gonna be sentenced for the conspiracy to commit murder and the solicitation of murder. So yeah, it's his life's gonna suck, but they tried to claim that he was being extorted, which he was. All the evidence said otherwise.
Orbit tree 135 climb and maintain flight level tree 60.
360. Orbit 3135.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 60, orbit tree 135.
We've got about 305 nautical miles to go. Our speed is Mach 0.81 or 340 knots, which is, I set it to 340, so. Yeah, I'm slowly figuring out this flight sim stuff. I mean, I've watched a few videos. I watched the way to do it with the programming of the flight plan is to choose, you know, low altitude or high altitude, and then you choose a departure, and you choose an arrival, and then an ILS approach. So that's what I did. And yeah, so and what did we say what runway did we say we were going to? I can't remember. Could only zoom in so far. 16 right, so it's pretty much gonna be it's kind of gonna be a straight in. I mean, we took off from 19er left in Brisbane, and we're going to 16 right in Sydney. So let's take a look at our exterior view here.
Orbit tree 135, contact Brisbane Center on 134.2.
134.2, orbit 1315.
134.2, orbit tree 135. Brisbane Center orbit tree 135 is at flight level tree 00, climbing flight level tree 60.
Orbit tree 135 Brisbane Center. Continue to taxi as planned.
I want to figure out how to get my custom liveries back. Because I had some, I think I may have had a Qantas livery for this plane. I don't remember. I'd have to look in my, actually I could probably pull it up over here. My community folder, let's see. Aer Lingus, Air Canada, JetBlue, Spirit, FedEx. Oh, maybe not. I have a Toronto Raptors livery. I have a 787 livery, American Airlines One World. I've got a Delta one. Another Delta one. Alright, we're at flight level 340. I think our cruising altitude is probably going to be like 410. I think the ceiling for this thing is actually 38,000.
Orbit tree 135 climb and maintain flight level tree 80.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 80 orbit tree 135.
Alright, so only 2,000 more feet, so shouldn't take long at all. Should take about another minute. Actually, shouldn't take long now because we're at 37,000. I don't know why you're saying I'm overspeed. So now I need to go down to 280? What? No, I don't want that. I don't want to be that low. I don't know what the conversion is from Mach to knots. There we go. So, okay, let's do... $270. $275. There we go. We're not slowing down.
Overspeed.
Not o-
Orbit 135. Contact Brisbane Center on 127.2. Good day.
Overspeed.
Sorry, I'm not in the red.
127.2 Orbitry 135.
Overspeed.
Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 flight level tree 80.
Overspeed.
Orbit tree 135 Brisbane Center. Continue as planned.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
I'm not speeding.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Nah, man.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
I'm not in the red. Like, what are we doing?
Overspeed.
Orbit tree 135. Contact Brisbane Center on 125.75. Good day.
125.75 for Orbitry 135. Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 flight level tree 80.
Orbit 135 Brisbane Center. Continue as planned.
Almost to Admar. We're gonna make a slight left here. These mountains down here, man, that is gorgeous. Look out the front here. So that's our destination, Kingsford Smith International. See if we can get a look out this window down here, out here. So not exactly unlimited, but we can see far enough. Yep. All right. We're just plugging along here. Got about 185 nautical miles to our destination. Shouldn't take too long. This speed. Buzzing along here at 38,000 feet. Over 65 knots. Seems like we should be allowed to go faster than that, but
Orbit tree 135. Contact Brisbane Center on 130.1.
130.1, orbit 3135.
130.1 orbit tree 135. Brisbane Center orbit tree 135 flight level tree 80.
Orbit tree 135 Brisbane Center. Continue to Cooper as planned.
Look at our VFR. There's YSTW. I guess these are not big airports, although that might be a military. It might be a military installation, the way the area is kind of drawn around that. Unless these are just like waypoints or something. I don't know what those are. They kind of look like runways, but maybe they're not. Like YSSY, I know that's an airport. Where the hell are we? We are way up here. On our way to Koopa. Next stop, Koopasville. Anyways, I need to figure out how to set up my I guess you could call them jump cameras, like jumping from one position in the plane to the next, like moving back towards, in one of the seats over the wing or by the engine, and do like a chase camera or whatever. Don't rush, OCRP is dead. Okay. I've got something I need to do before then anyways.
Orbitry 135 descend and maintain flight level 260.
60. Orbit 3135.
Descend and maintain flight level 260, Orbitry 135.
right.
Overspeed.
I'm not overspeed. Oh my god. Really?
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
How was your roofing job today, Daniel? Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our initial descent into Sydney. What's this guy's name? Something Smith, Larry, Bob Smith. What's his name? Something Smith International. Bradford Smith, Larry Smith, Carl. I don't know what his name is. What's his name? Kingston Smith. Kingsford Smith. Sorry. He's probably like some famous Australian guy, and I just insulted his entire family heritage. My humblest apologies. Kingsford Smith. We're on our way down into Kingsford Smith International Airport in Sydney. I guess I never turned off the seatbelt sign. Is there a smoking sign? I'll let you guys smoke. Just that one's on me. You guys can smoke if you want. How about that? There you go. Have a smoke on our way down, okay? You know what? Screw it. You can get up and run around the cabinet too if you want.
Orbitry 135, contact Brisbane Center on 125.7.
1257 for orbit 3135.
125.7 Orbitry 135. Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 is at flight level 335, descending flight level 260.
Orbitry 135 Brisbane Center, continue to Alton as planned.
I'll go down 2,000 feet per minute. We're inside of 100 nautical miles now. We're right at 100 nautical miles. Really want to get to 26,000 by the time we get to this next waypoint, but it's not going to happen because we're just now getting under 31,000. Almost to Alton. Almost to 28,000. We are passing over Olton. We're gonna make a slight left here. Alright, we're starting to level off here.
Orbitry 135 descend and maintain flight level 200.
Descend and maintain flight level 200 Orbitry 135.
Going down to 20,000 now. We'll definitely get there by the next waypoint, I think, because we're crossing 25,000 now, and we're doing 2,000 per minute, so. Speed up just a little bit. Could do 250, and we'll be at a max of 250 once we get below 10,000. Alright, 21.5 for 20,000 now. Sorry, I was updating an app on my phone. Okay.
Orbitry 135 descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet Orbitry 135.
Go. I don't know what my password is for this. Wait, yes I do. Is that it? password. That one maybe? Seriously?
Orbit tree 135. Contact Brisbane Center on 133.05. Good day.
133.05 for Orbitry 135. Brisbane Center Orbitry 135 is at 16,100 feet, descending 14,000 feet.
Orbit tree 135 Brisbane Center altimeter 30.15. Continue to Bori as planned.
Forgot password. I'm trying to
Orbit tree 135. Contact Melbourne Center on 133.8. Good day.
Going to 133.8 Orbitry 135. Melbourne Center Orbitry 135 is at 14,300 feet, descending 14,000 feet.
Orbit tree 135. Melbourne Center altimeter 30.14. Continue to Bori as planned. Orbit tree 135, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet Orbitry 135.
Orbit tree 135, descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Wait.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet Orbitry 135.
Set our speed. Let's go down to 220. Oh, we gotta get ready to turn our lane lights on. Let's go ahead and just turn them on. Why is it not slowing us down?
Orbitry 135, contact approach on 124.4. Good day.
Going to 124 decimal for Orbitry 135. Approach Orbitry 135 is at 8,500 feet, descending 8,000 feet.
Orbitry 135, approach altimeter 30.15. Continue to be ROW as planned.
So the airport's 30 nautical miles away. And our next waypoint's right there at about 9 nautical miles away. I slowed our speed down to 220. Would bring us back to 200.
Orbitry 135 descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet Orbitry 135.
All right, let's go ahead and stop the smoking and put your seatbelts on. We're gonna land soon. Lots to see here in Sydney. Somewhere out there is the Opera House. There's this, I think that's the Sydney Harbor right there, maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. Not down with my Australian topography or, you know,
Orbitry
geolocation.
135, you are 18 miles north. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 16 right approach.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 16 right approach Orbitry 135.
Take us down to 180 knots. Apparently we missed a waypoint somewhere. I don't know.
Orbit tree 135, you are 13 miles north of Sydney. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Sydney Tower on 120.5.
120.5 for Sydney Tower, orbit 313.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
5.
Tower on 120.5, orbit tree 135. Sydney Tower, orbit tree 135, 12 miles north inbound ILS runway 16 right approach.
Orbit tree 135 Sydney Tower. Altimeter 30.15, wind 027 at 1 tree. Cleared ILS runway 16 right
Oh,
approach.
hell.
Sydney Tower, orbit tree 135 inbound ILS runway 16 right approach.
Orbit tree 135 Sydney Tower. Altimeter 30.15, wind 027 at 1 tree. Cleared ILS runway 16 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway 16 right approach, orbit tree 135.
Alright. I didn't realize we were that close.
Orbit tree 135, wind 027 at 1 tree. Cleared to land runway 16 right.
Clear to land runway 16 right, orbit tree 135.
Bleed off some speed here. Not really working. Flaps are full. Cannot see the damn runway. Okay.
Overspeed.
1,000.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Lord, no gear.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
500.
Overspeed.
400. 300. 200. 100. 650. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Orbit tree 135 exit runway when able.
All right, welcome to Sydney, everybody.
Orbit tree 135, contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 for orbit tree 135.
Let's see. What? That's great.
Sydney ground orbit tree 135 taxi to parking.
Orbit tree 135 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Tree Alpha Cross Runway 07 Alpha Golf Cross Runway Tree 4 Left Golf Bravo 4 Charlie.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Tree Alpha Cross Runway 07 Alpha Golf Cross Runway Tree for Left Golf Bravo 4 Charlie orbit tree 135.
Yeah, I have no idea where we're going, so. There somewhere, maybe? I don't know. I want to park at a gate. Epic. it is going to take us to a gate.
Orbit tree 135, hold position, caution, other traffic. Orbit tree 135, continue taxi.
Roger, orbit tree 135.
Alright, let's do phone services.
Sydney ground, orbit tree 135. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Orbit tree 135, the jetway is going to be connected.
Sydney ground, orbit tree 135. Could you please send a ground power unit?
Orbit tree 135, a ground power unit is on the road.
Alright, let's Control Shift E. Shut everything down. Nice. There we go. So, that's gonna do it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably be streaming again another night this week. Maybe Wednesday. Probably Thursday because I have Friday off from work for Veterans Day because Veterans Day is Saturday. And then again on Friday night. So should be streaming a few nights this week. So hope you guys enjoyed. Take care and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.